This episode is brought to you by J&M Trailer Sales and Service. J&M Trailer Sales and Service has a huge selection of trailers, trailer repair, and prices so low, it's stupid. Also, if you don't want to commit to buying a trailer or a piece of equipment, they rent it out as well. Trailers, car haulers, skid steers, and excavators. J&M Trailer Sales, located at 2510 South 2nd Avenue, Paragould, Arkansas. Sunroom. The house can get crowded, and if you need somewhere for family or friends to stay during the holidays, the Sunroom is a pet-friendly rental in Paragould with a top-rated Airbnb Superhost rating. Beautiful scenery, overlooking a nice pond, peaceful, relaxing, much better than a hotel. Welcome to the Big Circle with your host,
Derek Followell.
And I'm Ivy Heron Jr. Welcome to the Big...
Junior.
Listen, I didn't... I wanted your input. I'd come over there.
Are you rapping now?
Whatever.
Ivy Heron Junior.
Welcome to the Big Rectangle Circle, whatever it is.
Yes.
Hey, we're here. We're excited.
Hey, by the way, we have a faithful listener in Chad. Hey, Brother Chad Bateman, we're so glad you called me the other day, and you said we've almost talked you into getting us a circle table. We gave up on Michael. Michael, you stink for not getting us a circle table. We still love you, and we hope you give us a 5-star rating, and if you give us a 4-star rating, we're going to come to your house and break your table. No, we're not really going to do that. That was a joke.
That's definitely the
coffee. It's fine.
Do we need to edit that?
Nope. It's definitely the coffee.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine. I've been fine. I've been fine the last 2 days. I'm okay now.
That's right.
I'm all right.
But anyway, so Chad, if you want to send us that circle table, he's a listener from Mississippi. We'll give you the shipping address.
230 East Kings Highway. We'll make it happen. Paragould, Arkansas, 72450. Let's make it happen. Let's make it rain.
You got it. So I don't think we've got enough fans about worrying about somebody coming down here and blowing us up or nothing.
Absolutely.
Now you might have enough enemies, but I ain't got enough fans yet.
What a
but,
jerk.
No, that was a joke.
Truthful joking. Truthful joking.
No, not at all. Oh man, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been awful.
Has it really? No, it hasn't.
It's been a very challenging week.
Challenging. There we go. We're starting to learn that verbiage and make it better.
Never do.
Make it better.
Communication.
That's right. Communication.
And communicating. Yeah. No, it's been challenging.
Yeah.
A lot of different obstacles come up. I'm learning to, instead of saying I'm mentally exhausted, I've learned to say I'm just exhausted because my body needs a break.
Right.
My mind needs a break. That
Right.
doesn't necessarily mean I'm mentally exhausted, but what it means is I just need to take a breather.
Yeah, sometimes we're just exhausted, man.
Yeah.
We have busy lives. We're going 100 miles an hour. You got it in it's the coffee.
Man, dude, God's got a
busy,
sense of humor,
busy,
huh?
and Junior.
Yeah.
You thought that was my Godsmack for making fun of
It was. I hear you listening.
There's listeners, I guarantee you, for like the first 3 minutes, they're just like,
Squirrel.
Let's get to what are we talking about?
What's the topic? Because I obviously can't do well on coming up with topics.
Right? Yeah, we learned that from the last time. So basically, when we started this, we set all of our clocks to 11:59, and we were going to have a bunch more clocks, but the budget's broken, so
We're broke.
so we can't afford another.
We'll take donations.
We can't afford another clock. But anyway, so just kind of the 11:59 thought process. I've never. I just recently, like 5 minutes ago, before we got off, I was started recording. I started thinking to myself, I wonder if this is a thing, like 11:59 theory, and I looked it up, and it was like, yes, like the world's in some apocalypse, and
they always come up with something very
whatever.
negative.
This is not that theory, okay?
Yeah.
So if y'all have a patent on the whatever, sue us and come get our table.
Won't be our first. It won't. Yeah. Take the table.
Yeah.
Please take the table.
Yeah.
Send us a cease and desist. We'll probably keep doing it.
Yeah. Right? And you can get our cameras that we recorded last week's podcast with stuff over my face. So, yeah. But anyway, maybe we'll get some new ones. But anyway, what are we talking about?
11:59.
Okay.
11:59.
So basically, just living your life like, hey, it's my last minute, and trying to keep conversations.
Kind of got to be careful with that theory, don't you? Living life like it's your last minute. So
yeah, I guess if you're reckless,
that,
guess if you're reckless and nuts.
Because I remember living life like that 4 years ago. It'd be a totally different story. So.
But man, when you're trying to live it right, it's not.
Yeah.
So I mean, just some examples. I mean, even in my own life, we've recently just went through like I get baby shower trauma. My wife is extra. And she likes to just throw a bonanza of a baby shower.
Hey, it's funny. What's funny about this is he's going to these baby showers, and I swear 3 months ago, you might have to edit this out, but I don't care for right now.
You can't say that.
I called him, and I said...
You can't say this.
Why can't I? I want to say it. Sue me. And he said, I said, you going to the baby shower? And he said, no. And here he is at baby showers.
I was
yesterday.
A cook.
Yeah.
I was a cook in my defense. Okay, I was a cook. But anyway, my wife she's extra. So she wants to kind of go overboard. So
Better specify that before she listens to this podcast.
Yes. She just goes overboard with the shower. So we got stuff, all in the house, and we kind of have a small house anyway, and there's just stuff everywhere. You're tripping over everything. There's kind of no sacred space, I guess, for the lack of better words, and then we've got a million things going on at one time. Mm-hmm. We talked about this this week about just needing a puff of wind. Yes. What I used to say when I would just be a lot of things going on at one time. But I was having a conversation with Sarah today, and I said, look, man, I'm just ready to just get back to normal and get all of this stuff over with. And I'm conscious and of what I'm saying, because it's like, just because today's frustrating or having everything around is frustrating is not a reason to be frustrated with somebody you care about. Because, right. I mean, if I hung up that phone and that was the last thing I ever said to her, I want the last thing I ever said to her to be something kind. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you get to that point? Because I struggle with this. I struggle with the simple fact that if I've had a frustrating couple days, man, I really don't like to talk about it. I just like to say everything's fine. Mm-hmm. I'm okay. I don't say it, but I'm basically saying give me my space.
Yeah. I think you got to give yourself some credit, because I literally don't feel like I see that person as much anymore.
No.
I really felt like I seen that person a lot early on in our relationship. Right. I mean, like every other day. Yeah. And now I don't see that person often. Yeah. And even though you're not giving yourself credit for communicating, man, you've done a much better job of just hey, this is what's going on. Yeah. I'll give you an example. Just the other day,
I just learned that things aren't as serious as what we take them to be.
No, I mean,
but sometimes I just need to breathe too. Yeah. So I've learned to separate the two. Just saying, hey, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely need a nap. Yeah. Just need to calm down. Need to relax.
Phone rings 18 times when I try to take a nap today.
Yeah.
Keep going. Yeah.
You just reminded me. I better make sure this is on silent. Oh, it was on silent. Cool. But, you got to give yourself some credit for doing the right things. Like the other day when I was at the shop, you're sitting there. I walk in, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And you had already told me before I called you. It's like, oh, man, just the shop's real slow. Yeah. Whatever. Weather's been nasty. All this stuff's going on. Well, I walk in and I'm like, hey, the tire shop down the road's got all the bays are filled. There's people standing outside, and Ivy's like, are you kidding me? What am I? It's a joke. There's like literally nobody there. But we got to chuckle about it for a second, just to realize, man, just continue to focus on
ain't that serious. I mean, when it comes to the things that we think are.
So when I'm sitting at the shop, it's slow. The next thing I know, I'm like, where's the keys to your truck? Yeah. We go outside, and I start cleaning out your truck.
Start getting productive.
Yeah. Yeah. You come out, and you're like, what are you teaching me here? Yeah. And it's just like keeping that mind busy. If I'm in my last minute, I ain't gonna waste it sitting there worried about something I can't control at this very moment.
Absolutely.
And it's just life's a whole much better.
There's so much more to life than just sitting there worrying, anxious about everything.
So we made something fun out of cleaning out your truck.
Absolutely. You said, this is what it feels like to be rich. And I'm like, what a jerk. What a jerk. Tires are rubbing all over the place. I'm like, dude, just because I got gold wheels, we still have a rectangle table.
That is true.
Sales are down.
That is true. But we made fun just out of cleaning out a truck.
Yeah.
You know, next thing you know, we're laughing, having a good time.
Yeah.
What's happening at that moment doesn't matter.
That's
You
right.
know, we've been here for the last 30, 45 minutes. Austin's out today, so we just got Shell today. Thank you, Shell.
Hello.
Hey, he's been working hard to kind of get us set up and ready for today. But, I mean, for the last 30, 45 minutes, we've just been laughing,
Absolutely.
joking, having a good time. Man, that's what I want to do. That's what
Yeah.
life's all about, is just enjoying yourself, enjoying the ride, making it fun, making it good, making it healthy. I mean, that is exactly what it's all about. So you got to get back to giving yourself that credit that you
Absolutely.
deserve.
Hey, I just had a weak couple days. It'll be all right.
yeah.
You just bounce back from
Yeah.
it. I remember when I used to have a weak couple years
Yeah.
in a row.
So let's talk about your week couple of days.
Okay.
Let's just be candid with the listeners.
Sure.
Let's talk about kind of what goes on in your brain, how we get through it.
Sure.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. So last couple days, I've struggled. January in the tire business is always the slowest month of the whole year.
Right.
We know this to be a fact because of the weather and it's just that time of year. So
Right.
you begin to think to yourself, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing inconsistently? Is our service failing? So we begin to kick. So what I've learned to do, me and you have kind of discussed what we've learned to do during those times. We've kind of learned to just turn a couple rocks,
Yeah.
so to speak. We make phone calls. We reach out to people, see if our service is still top notch. Mm-hmm. Make sure that we're still competitive, that we're still taking care of folks. All of that. So
let's stop there.
Okay.
So let's think about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
When you didn't make those phone calls and you just sat there in it.
yeah.
You didn't put effort into saying, okay, let's just see what we can do.
Yeah.
Tell me your mindset at that point. I remember a year ago.
Yeah, frantic, panicky, anxious, depressed, thinking I wasn't enough, thinking I was never going to be able to live up to my dad's name, being able to live up to what Heron Tire is as a whole, as an individual, and laying in it.
Okay, so here's the great part, and you saying that is I haven't heard any of those things this year.
That's right.
I hadn't heard, I'm not going to live up to my dad's name, I'm blowing it, I don't know how to be a businessman. All those things that you used to say, I've not heard come out of your mouth.
That's right, yeah.
Look at the growth,
Yeah.
man. You don't even see it, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
I think you fail to see the
Yeah.
growth in you as an individual.
And I just don't speak those things out anymore. You know what I mean? I realize how unproductive they are after, us hanging out for a while like the way we have and being able to talk and communicate through those things. Man, those points aren't valid. They're untruthful. They're just not real. So what I can do is, hey, if business is slow, I can take action in it.
Yeah. So let's talk to our listeners about this. So what I want you to see here, and hopefully you see the uniqueness of our relationship, is so a year ago, I'm dealing with Ivy breaking down every few minutes, you know, and struggling with all the things that he had internalized for so long.
Yep.
And now he's speaking them out. Well, I tend to be a little bit more of a positive Paul.
Yeah.
And at that point in your life, you were more of
Negative Nancy.
Yeah. I would say
Absolutely.
Ned, you know.
Ned, what? Yeah, well, let's
Yeah,
not
let's
get on
not-
that topic.
But anyway, so, negative Ned here. And what we have happening is we've created this world where we said, well, hang around people that make you happy and hang around the people that make you feel good and hang around the people that, man, I
don't
say,
need that.
I say just the opposite, man. I'm pouring into you because I want to see you change into that positive mindset. I want to be part of that transformation.
And a lot of that, though, didn't start, though, until I said, why do I see you acting this way and correcting people a certain way? Why don't you do that with me? So once I was able to communicate that with you, you said, okay, I'm not going to be offensive. I'm not going to be able to – it's not going to offend him. I don't need a pat on the back. I need somebody that gets me going in the right direction.
So in that, not everybody that's in that negative frame of mind wants to get better. When you spoke up and said, look, I hear you helping other people, but you don't push me that hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you've never told me I could. You've never gave me permission, and you're like, hey, I give you permission. And then we took off, man. Yeah. And it's amazing. Yeah. It's what happened in 1 year. Yeah. And the crime that you would commit would be to transform your life, become a different person. Just say, I did this myself. Yeah. Nobody helped, and then everybody that you see in that condition, just leave them there.
Yeah. That ain't what it's about.
No.
It's kind of like, and I hope this is okay, but it's kind of like the other day we were talking. You were talking about selling a house, and then by the end of paying capital gains and stuff, you said, man, I'll be losing $6,000. And I thought to myself, oh, man, that sucks. And then you said, well, we started this program, and it's helped X amount of people get off of drugs, meth, all of that. Yeah. Man, that $6,000 is worth it. Yeah. So being able to be open and transparent about those things, man, we don't got it all figured out. But what we can do in the middle of it is when we're figuring it out, which we won't ever figure it out, we can help other people. Man, I'm going to be transparent with my problems of my past, of my present, because somebody's listening right now, no matter what you see, is not what you get.
Right.
We live in a world that's different. Yeah. Everybody's got everything figured out. Yeah. It's not true. Yeah. So I want to be a help on that.
Yeah. And I think what you've said is, man, I don't want to be fake.
No.
I don't want to be a phony. With that, I have to open myself up for my weaknesses, my challenges, my dilemmas. So, we're talking about, this transformation that you're making, the efforts that you're putting in. You're talking about these last couple of weeks. So you talked about work and the challenge you had at work in the lens from which you were looking. What else have you dealt with?
One thing that kind of grinds my gears nowadays is when I say it, since this is a slower time of the year, and I think things have happened in my past during this time of the year. I guess what a lot of people get stuck on is they want to speak things into existence like seasonal depression.
Yeah.
I'm getting to where I hate that term. It's not seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Learning that it's not seasonal depression and learning that, because I used to say that a lot. I caught myself the other day saying, man, I think it's just seasonal depression. Man, that's unfounded.
Right.
It's not true.
Right.
Just realizing that we deal with stuff and learning how to get over that hump.
Yeah.
Is the biggest thing.
Man, we live in a world, too, right now where a lot of people are, they're okay with giving themselves those excuses. We just have to be honest with each other and just say, I'm not. I can make all the excuses you want. Yeah. I can give you 1,000 excuses. Well, it's raining today, or, it's been cold, and it gets dark early, and
That's right.
Man, forget all that. I just want to be. I want to be light, And I think you've started to understand the power of your words.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Once you speak it out, and you just go ahead and drink the Kool-Aid, what happens next? Yeah. What happens after that? Yeah. And I think
change.
Yes.
Change.
And, I think what happened to you in your past, and we've never really dipped our toes completely in there, but if you look at your past, I've often said, hurt people.
Yeah.
You were hurting.
That's it.
So hurt people.
Yeah.
And that's what you do.
Yeah.
And it's just like to see you now and to see, I don't see a lot of that hurt.
Yeah.
Like I used to see.
Yeah.
And I see healing.
Yeah.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to spend your last minute at work, if we're looking at this 11:59, if I'm at the last minute of my job, I'm not going to spend that last minute sitting there griping, complaining, burning the place down.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some phone calls.
I'm going to make it better.
Make it better,
make me better by making others better.
Absolutely. Put that effort into it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, obviously, we stay busy all the time. Let's talk about the fact that we don't, we probably don't rest as much as we need to.
Absolutely.
Nor have the time,
Yeah.
I guess, to rest as much as you need to. I've often said this, I'll rest when I die.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
We got to know our limits.
we have to know our limits.
Yeah.
And sometimes that finding that or understanding that can be somewhat difficult.
Absolutely.
Okay. So talk about when you hit your limit, you have to make that decision to skip something or not show up or, how does that make you feel and how do you process that now?
I think originally when you know that you can't do something because you're exhausted, I think at first there's a little bit of shame, just a little bit of guilt knowing that not that you can't complete the task, but knowing that you just need a break. You need a breather. So what I've realized, sometimes I'll just go take a drive now.
Yeah.
I'll just take a drive down the road, Jonesboro.
Right.
Just to drive.
Yeah.
Just to realize how beautiful life is. I never really understood why my dad did that.
Yeah, why just go drive somewhere.
Until recently. So just looking around, seeing just seeing everything, seeing God's creation.
Yeah, that's cool. We're going to dig a little bit more into the, your dad and maybe not seeing some of the decisions he's making, reflect back on those in the next half of this. So,
Sure.
But I definitely wanted to, again, give a shout out to all of our sponsors that re-upped with us. We appreciate you doing that.
I think we got 6 sponsors now? That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we're thankful. If you want to be a sponsor, don't forget, holler at us at the Big Circle. We'll definitely help you out there. We're thankful for the traction that we're getting. So we're gonna go and hear a little bit from our sponsors right now.
Quick commercial break going now.
Quality Voices is hiring now for daytime and nighttime shifts. They are a faith-based company that works on behalf of political endeavors and nonprofit organizations. You can fill out an application at 5510 Southwest Drive, Suite 4. They have great management, great family atmosphere, and a great environment. Quality Voices in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Sharp Custom Hauling. They serve all of Northeast Arkansas and haul a variety of materials: chat, gravel, fill, sand, dirt, and more. Need your land cleared? Parking lot, building pad, dirt work, driveways, and bush hogging. We offer free estimates and competitive pricing, and financing is available as well. Sharp Custom Hauling. We can get her done. We're ready.
Welcome back to the Big Circle. Way to throw us off, Shell. Hey, we're back at the Big Rectangle.
That was the quickest commercial break of all time. He was like, go. No, I was like,
We're back.
I mean, we used to at least get it. Austin, we do miss you a little bit today. At least we got. No offense,
But truthful joking.
he is giving us a 4-star rating as soon as we hang up.
Absolutely.
He's like, I'm spamming the people I'm helping.
He's ordering a Google card. He's going to scan it and tell everybody to give us 2 stars.
Give us 2 stars.
Don't get any ideas. We'll burn it down.
So back to our theory. Our topic is 11:59. Me and you were having a conversation the other day. It's ironic how much our stories are so much alike in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I lost my dad when I was 26 years old.
Yeah.
You were?
I was 29.
29 years old, so very similar there in age. When my dad died, I was just not a good person. I wasn't a good man. Looking back, man, I'll share something in a minute, but looking back at some of the decisions I made and some things I wished I could right.
Yeah.
So we were talking the other day, and I don't know if you remember this, we're driving down the road, and you asked me if I ever healed from not being the person I wanted to be when my dad died.
Yeah.
And my response to you was, no, I haven't healed. And
Not supposed to.
I'm not supposed to heal from that because it is a memory that I never want someone else to feel that way. I can't always make that happen. Man, you can give your body to be burned, and some people are still going to just.
Yeah.
You can't make them happy.
Yeah,
I'm not talking
absolutely.
about those kind of people. I can't do nothing with that. Do the best you can.
But the people that love you, that support you, knowing that if this was your last hour, that you left an impact on their life.
Yes, and I have to quantify things. Most people that are just like genuinely upset with you or treat you bad, I
Normally
go back.
you're going through something.
Well, that, or I look back and they have a whole history.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody they deal with,
Yeah.
they treat bad.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? So it's just like, I'm not special.
That's right.
I got the same treatment everybody else did, bad.
That's right.
You know, so I can't look at it that way.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget this, man. And this is difficult to share, but I'm just being transparent. My dad told me one time, and this is one of the things that I wouldn't say haunt me is the wrong word, because I've healed past that. But my dad told me one time, he said, "You make me feel like just the Beverly Hillbillies, like I'm the dumbest guy on the planet." Yeah. And I remember 24-year-old me thinking, man, what a big baby. And, you know,
Yeah. We had it all figured out at
get
that
over
age.
yourself.
Yeah.
And what's your deal? You know what I mean? Now, man, I think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think, man, if I had another minute,
Just 1 minute.
man,
I just want 1 minute.
if I had 1 minute, man, me and him would have a conversation, and I would tell him he's probably one of the smartest guys I ever met.
That's right.
And I'm thankful for him, and he made a difference in my life.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to do that to anybody ever
That's
again.
right.
I don't want anybody to feel that way. I don't want to treat somebody that way. I want them to understand that they are valuable. The big circle,
Yeah.
man, we need you in it.
Yeah.
You know, you make a difference.
Yeah.
Your personality differences, your challenges.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess that was mine with my dad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to share
Yeah,
one about your dad. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember a time when I was just kind of stuck in depression. He was going through cancer at the time. I hadn't been out of bed in like 2 days, just depressed, shame. Couldn't get up, couldn't make a difference, didn't want to make a difference. I was just beating myself up. I knew his time was coming. And I didn't really know how to make that difference. I didn't know how to make a change in my life. But I remember going over to his house, and I walked down the basement. This is after he had lost, 50-odd pounds from cancer. And his face just absolutely lit up when he saw me. Absolutely just lit up. And he said, "Son, I never thought I'd see you again." I just couldn't help. I didn't at the time, but I cried later that night about that.
Yeah.
And if I could rewind time, which we can't, we just have to learn to keep moving forward. Just that time, just to hug him an extra little bit longer. You know, just knowing that his time was coming. I knew it was coming. I just didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
He didn't want to believe it. He kept fighting. So what he did, though, was he laid the foundation in my life right then and there. It was an unbeatable cancer, but he didn't take no as an answer.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm going to fight through this thing with all I got, son." I remember him telling me that, him grabbing me on the back porch and telling me, "Now, son, I plan on beating this, but if I don't, you need to be here, and you need to get your stuff straight
Yeah.
to take care of your mom.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do that. I know you can. I'm just waiting on it. I know you can do. I'll never forget that conversation,
Yeah.
because later in my life, in my walk of not just recovery but learning to figure out all these things, I remember sitting on that porch, 190 something pound Ivy Senior from 270 pound, still strong as an ox, still not giving up, telling me those things. And if I could go back, I'd love to show them, hey, this is what we're doing now. Mom's good, shop's good, everything's good.
Yeah.
But maybe we can be transparent with the audience of how you, not necessarily, because you don't ever want to get over those feelings, because those feelings kind of motivate you. They keep you pushing, knowing
Let
that.
you not go back into that with someone else.
Absolutely.
So when your dad passed, what condition were you in?
Not good. Just, overloaded with drugs, just guilt, shame.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't good. It just wasn't good, and it didn't stay. It stayed bad until 7 months after, and I decided to make a change.
Right.
7 months, I wanted to lay in it. Multiple different things had happened. That just weren't good. They just weren't good. And, some of the things that took place were eye-catching.
Right.
So I had no choice but to wake up.
Yeah.
And I was thankful for that.
And, I think, man, looking back, the bits and pieces of the story that I've heard, your mom and just that tough love that she
Yeah.
had. Man, some people, they don't want to ever have that tough
Absolutely.
love. Man, that tough love that she had that said, look, I want the healthy Ivy.
Let me speak to all the parents out there that's going through difficult struggles real quick with their kids.
Yeah.
Quit trying to be your kid's friend. You have to quit trying to be your son or your daughter's best friend.
Yeah.
Learn to be a parent. Learn to be a father or a mother to them. Quit enabling. Those are going to be some of the hardest things. I have a gentleman that always calls me and says, hey, so-and-so's going through this. What do I do? And I said, you got to cut them off. You have to stop because one day he's not going to be around anymore. You have to learn to say no. You have to have that tough love. My dad loved me so much he didn't know how else to love me, but it turned into enabling. He didn't see that. He didn't know that. But once he had passed, my mom was able to heal me with tough love.
Yeah. So we'll probably dive a little deeper into that in our next episode. So we hope you've enjoyed this, man. It's been some great conversation so far, and
absolutely.
we'll continue that in our next episode. Thank you again for joining us. This is a Big Circle. I'm Derek Followell.
And I'm Ivy Heron Jr.
Peace. Leisure Comfort. At Leisure Comfort Heat and Air, we provide friendly heating and air conditioning repairs done right. We repair all major brands and give reliable options to get your system working properly. In the unfortunate event that your new equipment is necessary, we can make the installation seamless and easy. We install all major brands, and with free estimates and flexible financing options, upgrading your HVAC system has never been easier. Whether you're looking for HVAC system repair, seasonal maintenance, new equipment, or general construction needs, our trained technicians will get you on the best path to enjoying a comfortable home environment.
Sharp Farms. Sharp Farms is family-owned and locally grown beef. From our pasture to your table, we heard you need beef. We have what you're looking for, whole, half, or a quarter cow. If that's more than you need, let us help you build a custom meat box that fits your budget. Call or email us for more information at sharpfarms2022@gmail.com or call Miss B at 870-219-3497.